Yeah, we're now at our third winter spot. We were at Scenic Mountain RV Park in Milledgeville, Georgia, just outside of Macon. And so it's a bit of a change from our last couple of spots. We're nowhere near the water anymore. Lots of trees, lots of mountains, and nice and quiet, no traffic noise, so I think we're really going to enjoy it here. It's lots of birds chirping, and it's quite nice. So we just finished setting up. Yeah, it's really nice, really nice. You really like it, and yeah, so we're going here for the month of March. Should be really nice. We don't have the concrete pads that we had before, crushed rock, but all in all, I think we're gonna like it here. The laundry facilities, there's a dog park, lots of garbage receptacles, pool, although it's not really maintained this time of year. So there's our humble abode for this month. Not as hot as it has been, so that'll be a nice refreshing change. Temperatures here are low 20s, so that's nice as far as I'm concerned. A lot better than being in the high 20s, low 30s. So yeah, all set and ready for our stay here. Nice sunny day today, kind of cool, but we thought we would take a drive into Macon, explore the city, some cool history here. So yeah, we're going to take a look around, check out the sights. Visiting the what's now known as the Central State Hospital. It was once known as the Georgia Lunatic Asylum. Unfortunate name, but it was at one time it held over 12,000 patients. It was the largest in the world, and it's got quite a checkered past. Fascinating story to this place. It was built like in 1828 or something, back in the early 1800s, and it's still in use, but just a small portion of these buildings are still in use. As most of them now are just fallen to a state of disrepair, quite decayed, crumbling, but it's quite something.
Pretty sobering for sure.
See behind me, one of the buildings here. The front of the buildings are actually pretty good shape, but we drove around earlier saw a lot of crumbling walls and such with lots of no trespassing signs. For good reason. It's quite dangerous in some spots where things could be falling down, crumbling around you. So we're going to walk around a bit, see what else we can find. Walking through the pecan grove here at Central State Hospital. We're still not really sure why they even have a pecan grove, if it just happened to be here, if it was planned this way to supply the hospital with some food. They may have had some other gardens around here. We have yet to find any. But I think the intention was for the hospital to, back in the early years, the asylum, was the plan was for it to be pretty much self-sufficient. So this grove may have been part of that plan. Interesting stuff. Pretty cool. Never actually seen pecan trees up close, but these things are huge. They're just towering over us. They must be 50 feet tall. Incredible. Nothing, no nuts on the trees, but when they're in season, they must be absolutely loaded with pecans. Off to Atlanta today, going to do a little day trip, you could say. It's a nice day, so we're going to explore Atlanta. I had a plan, scrapped it, came up with another plan, and scrapped that one too. Sometimes the best plan is no plan, so we're going to just see how things work out. We're heading into Macon today to check out a couple of things that we've been wanting to take a look at. Something called the Indian Mounds. Not sure if they're burial mounds or if they're shelters. There. Are they shelters? Cool. Okay. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. Should be educational to see what that's all about. And maybe stop into a pub. Haven't decided on that one just yet. Walking throughout this ancient, essentially an Indian village, and reading the various plaques and signs and descriptions of all the various archaeological digs that happened, and the millions of tools and various implements that would have been used back in those days. Pretty incredible stuff. Walking out of one of these huge mounds, would have been used for a gathering area or maybe shelter. Pretty cool stuff. We're heading back to the truck. We visited all these ancient Indian mounds. It was pretty cool, very educational. Learned lots about these ancient basically a village, I suppose. They found tools, they found pottery, they discovered, I guess, what they ate. So, very cool stuff. So after stopping to visit a couple of historic sites, wartime historic sites, we are now in Macon. Going to check out the, what are we checking out? Otis Redding statue, right. So, the Cherry Blossom Festival starts this weekend, which means the traffic in the city is absolutely nuts. We did find a spot to park, so we're going to walk over to the little park where the statue is to be found. I see lots of pink water. I guess pink is the color this week around the city. He's not on the bay, and he's not even on a dock for that matter. But still pretty cool. His #1 song, Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay, was released 3 weeks after his death, and today still remains one of the most performed songs in the world. Huh, very interesting. Visiting Lochley Arboretum today. It is actually just down the street from our campground. We've been meaning to visit here for a couple of weeks. So we got a nice sunny day here today, nice and mild. So yeah, so it was a good time to check out the grounds and check out this this house. Looks to be one of the early antebellum homes. It's beautiful place just behind me here. Pretty nice. So yeah, so we can walk around, take some photos, get some video. This is the Viburnum collection. Very nice. So wasn't it supposed to be like beehives? Oh, way over there. Yeah, I always want to pronounce that conifer. But, like you say, on the other hand, it's coniferous. So back around to the big house. Oh, no. So we're back to the big house. It's a lovely little walk around the grounds. So a person could come down here every day if they wanted. Just go for a stroll around the gardens on the property. Quite nice. Lochley Arboretum. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, as it turns out, there's a town not far from here called Peri, and Sheila's maiden name happens to be Peri, so I thought, why not? Might make for a fun road trip. So we're going to go check out the town of Peri and maybe go pick up some groceries as well today. So nothing else going on, so I thought we'd take you along for the ride. So we came across an interesting find in the middle of nowhere, Georgia. We came across this old abandoned NASCAR racetrack. So we just walking around and exploring, and it's pretty cool. Old racetrack. It hasn't been used since the 80s. Apparently the boys of NASCAR did race there. And it looks to be like maybe a half a mile short track. But seriously, some high banks here. So it must have been a crazy ride coming on this short track. So we walked around, took some photos. Very cool. The old grandstands are still standing, but they look pretty dilapidated. I wouldn't dare walk up there. I think they've run a chance of falling right through. The old starter stand, still there. Pit road is still there, although a pretty short pit road. But it's an incredible little find. Middle Georgia Raceway. Never heard of it before. Fun to walk around, explore. Apparently there was an old moonshine still behind the back straightaway. That led to the place shutting down. Must have been more business going on than just car racing. Very cool. Overdue for a bike ride. Going today. About time. Okay, we're all suited up, ready to go. So we're going to try out the green trail here at the Bartram Forest. I've already ran through here a time or two. Sheila's hiked through here. It's an awesome network of trails. So we're going to give it a go on our mountain bikes. Didn't get too far. We already came to a stop because it's such a nice spot right here with the lake, and there's some washrooms, nice big pavilion. So I'm not sure what goes on here, but there must be some maybe company parties, maybe a potluck. Gatherings happen here, judging by the big pavilion way back in the woods here, the washrooms, and this beautiful lake. So it's a great spot here to hang out. Okay, so that's a wrap. We just finished our trail ride through the Bartram Forest. highly recommended. Here in Milledgeville, Georgia. Great spot to ride or run. And so now we're going to load up, head back to the campground. Okay, so that wraps up our stay here at Scenic Mountain RV Park in Milledgeville. Milledgeville ended up being a lot more interesting than I thought. A lot of history here, so ended up being a really fun, educational, and really just an interesting stay.
Yep,
What do you think?
I would agree. This campground is beautiful, very peaceful here, and very clean. Definitely would come back here again.
So back on the road, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.